Hello care queens, welcome back for another video. Today's video is a video that I honestly had no idea that I was going to film up until about 2 weeks ago. And I decided to film this video because I honestly thought it was very needed for all of my care queens that are watching and also my care kings who are also watching. I really think that a lot of people struggle in 2019 still with BO and just armpit hygiene in general. I went back to college a few weeks ago and I noticed that some of you care queens and care kings were stankin'. Had the most insane BO that I would like spray perfume on myself or put hand sanitizer on my hands and literally sniff them so that I did not have to smell somebody else's body odor. Now this is a safe zone. As you can tell, we are sitting here on my couch. I am hanging out, I'm chilling. I am not here to judge you at all. I just want to go over my personal armpit hygiene because I have actually struggled with BO in the past and I've been able to tackle it, to be able to get a hold of it so that there are no issues and embarrassing moments anymore. Now I want to throw this out there before filming this video in entirety that I am not a dermatologist. I only speak from experience. We are going to cover shaving, we are going to cover odor, we are going to cover ingrown hairs, we are going to cover darkness under the arms, we are going to cover it all. So if you guys are interested in today's video, make sure that you keep on watching. But before getting started, please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up for videos like this from me, and also subscribe down below if you guys want to see some more self-care videos, because if you didn't know already, I am the self-care queen. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So BO is one of the things that we all fear, and most likely we've all had at least once in our life. We all struggle with body odor unless you're like a perfect human. It's totally normal. I don't want you guys to think that there's something wrong with you. You don't have to smell perfect naturally to be able to get these things under control. So we are going to start with the shower. So when washing your underarms in the shower, this is so crucial. If you don't do a good job washing your underarms in the shower, all the steps that follow after that are just not going to be as good or really work, because you really need to clean yourself properly and start with a nice clean canvas. So one thing that I will suggest is to really take your time on your underarms, especially if you're dealing with sweat. One thing that I definitely notice is a lot of the times people forget and tend to miss a lot of deodorant under their arms in the shower. I have been one of those people who quickly would just wash myself really fast and get out and still have a little bit of deodorant caked up under my underarms. One way to really be able to tell if you did this is if you start shaving with a razor and you notice that your razor isn't really moving as nicely, it's probably because your deodorant is still under your pits. So one thing that I will tell you is to take at least 30 seconds on each armpit to scrub them with soap and water. Not only will doing this make them lighter, it will clean them, unclog the pores, get rid of any unwanted anything that is under your armpits, and just overall make them smell better. It's honestly a win-win. So definitely scrub them. You can use a loofah, but one thing that I think is really great for people like me who have crevices, I do have creases and grooves and pores and all of that on my armpits. I think a washcloth is really great because you're really able to get between the areas and soften the hairs before shaving, which is also an amazing thing as well. So I personally like to use a loofah and then follow up with a washcloth. You can use an exfoliating glove. Just use something that will really be able to scrub it and clean it. I would suggest to, of course, use a really nice scented soap so that you can really get them clean. So if you really struggle with odor and you don't know what it is, one suggestion I can tell you to use is this thing called Deodorant Booster. I will put it somewhere here on the screen. It's an armpit detox for those who really struggle with the hormone imbalance in their underarms. But if you're really struggling and you don't know where it's coming from, I would suggest to see a dermatologist. A lot of the times this could just be something that's going on in your body that is causing this to happen, and usually a dermatologist can figure this out for you and you will just be perfectly fine after that. Sometimes we have these types of things and imbalances in our body that are making us smell, so definitely get that checked out if you feel like it's like super nasty and other people can smell it no matter what you do. But if not, you can use this deodorant booster. I think shaving is super crucial and important when dealing with underarm smell. One reason, because hair does trap a lot of sweat in it and it just doesn't really help the sweating smell any better. So you don't want any sweat or odor being trapped in the hairs under your arms. If you are a man watching this and you don't want to shave your armpits, just make sure that you are shampooing the hairs that are on your armpits. Don't just wash the skin, but wash the hair that's also there. Of course, you can take care of hairy armpits. You just have to take extra care of them in order for them to still smell good. But if you guys are struggling with smell and you are a female and you want to shave you can definitely shave your underarms and they will smell so much better. And one thing that I will really suggest to do right after shaving is to exfoliate. This has so many different benefits for your underarms other than just making them smell good. I personally like to use a physical exfoliation because of the smell, the texture, and everything like that. So one reason is it really helps with getting rid of ingrown hair. Sometimes your hair just does you dirty and it grows right back into the skin. So you can really help soften the skin and get those ingrown hairs out without having to pick at it with a physical exfoliation. I like the Tree Hut one. You guys already know this already if you watch my channel, but I love it so much because I think it smells good, it's affordable, and it does the job. Not only will this help you with ingrown hairs, but it will also help you with lightening your underarms. If you struggle with dark underarms like I do, of course using exfoliation is really going to make them significantly lighter. It will just help with all the issues that go on under the arms, like dirt being trapped under there or deodorant. It's just an overall amazing thing. So I really do think exfoliation is important. I think that you guys can find really inexpensive exfoliations on the market, like the Tree Hut one that I already said. Technically an exfoliation scrub is like a 3-in-1, so I think it's just like the perfect combination for your armpits. Now, if you're extra like me, then you probably want to use some sort of armpit mask that will help lighten your underarms. I have always been super insecure about the darkness under my arms. I know for a fact that it's from shaving because I don't get waxed or laser hair removal. Shaving just causes darkness over time. So what I personally like to do is mix a turmeric and lemon mask. I have the video here on the channel. I will link it somewhere up here, whichever side it's gonna be on, and you guys can watch how I make the mask for my underarm. I just think it's like the perfect mask, and it eventually does lighten your underarms over time. I know a lot of you guys don't really like natural things like turmeric and lemon juice for your body. I think it works, so that's all that matters for me. I'm just giving you guys the heads up. If you want to try it, you don't have to, but if you guys want, you guys can look up other armpit masks on Google and you can do your own. Now, when getting out of the shower, I would suggest to dry your underarms really well. Something about having wet armpits is just not good for anything that you apply on top of it. I just don't think it helps. I don't know why. For me personally, I feel like if I don't dry my armpits, I sweat quicker getting out of the shower. It sounds really crazy and weird, but if I ever left my armpits wet, I'll lift it up and like sniff it like 10 minutes later. I'm like, ooh, it kind of smells bad. I don't know why. I think it's because I didn't dry them, because every time I dry them, they don't smell. I'm giving you guys this tip. It works for me, so maybe it will work for you guys as well. I don't know, but I think it's really great. And then you can pile on the things that you want to put on your armpits throughout the day that will also work. Something that I actually learned on Pinterest that I was doing quite often that I have now nipped in the butt was scratching my armpits. So usually after shaving, sometimes I'll scratch them because shaving always makes me itchy. It always has my whole life. So I would like scratch my armpits occasionally, and I learned that this actually produces darkness under the arms because it just, I don't know, creates like a scab or some sort of like scratches that just eventually turn them dark. So I have stopped doing that. So if you're like an armpit scratcher and you want to know why your armpits are dark, there you go. One thing that I never learned my whole life growing up that I now know is that you can moisturize your armpits. I like to use like a very unscented lotion like Nivea or Vaseline. They work really well. I like to moisturize my armpits, especially in the winter, because they do get dry. And I don't know what this plays into your smell or anything like that, but I just want to moisturize them before putting on deodorant. I think it's really important. So if you struggle with dry armpits, I'm giving you guys this heads up. You can moisturize them. And then finally, we follow up with deodorant. So I love using the Degree Dry Spray. You guys already know the tea on this. I like a 24-hour dry spray that does not allow me to sweat throughout the day. Something about the Degree Dry Spray has helped me so significantly. If you guys like a personal deodorant that you use, that's fine. Just make sure that you're wearing it and reapplying it throughout the day if you feel like you sweat through it. It's so important. Just because you walked out of the house feeling good doesn't mean you're gonna be out of the house for 12 hours and still smelling good. You guys need to pack an emergency bag with you with perfumes and body sprays and deodorants and hand sanitizer, all the essentials that you need in your real life so that you don't smell. Because I do believe a lot of the people that I smell out that stink probably did shower or probably did use deodorant. They just sweat through it. And if you guys have a little extra money, I have heard that there is Botox for sweating under the arms. I have never gotten it before, but my mom has many times and she loves it. So maybe I'll eventually get it when I get some more money. But I wanted to throw that out there for you guys because if you are really dealing with underarm sweat and BO and problems like that, this really may help you. I don't want you guys to ever think that this is something to be embarrassed of. I just want you guys to really tackle it. This is not something that you want to live with for the rest of your life. You do not want to smell and have other people smell you. I think honestly, it's worse than not wearing perfume and body spray to have BO and stinky armpits, because no matter what you put on your body, whether it be perfume or body spray, people can still smell your underarms and you do not want that. So I hope this really helped you guys a lot. I think that this is pretty self-explanatory stuff, but I wanted to reiterate some things for you guys to really use as a tool for help. And I will also link a couple of the products I'm obsessed with down below so you guys can pick them up if you really need some new stuff. And I wanted to include that if you guys need and want an ingrown hair video, let me know down below in the comments. I really want to film a video about that, but I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to see it. So if you guys want a video dedicated to ingrown hairs, let me know down below in the comments and I will film it for you. And of course, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.